Alright. I've been really thinking a lot about these different programs that they have here because Santa Barbara is fantastic with their programs. One of the reasons I didn't want to do it at home is because I've heard of all of it, been there, done there, seen it here. It was all new and bright, and I was like, I've never heard of that, and I haven't heard of that, but there's so many services probably in my hometown that they did too anyway. It's gotten me thinking of deep-seated emotional issues with my parents. So, one day, they loved me, they almost loved me to death, and I hate to say that, but they would never say no. Which is a problem. I still don't say no. I graduated with 2 degrees and I'm not as intelligent as I seem. The reason I could do it is because I listened to the list. I was given a list, a very specific list by my mom that I had to do every day. She made her list. That's where she lived, on her desk, making her list, which I still do all the time, which I didn't notice until right now. Anyway, so my parents never had really good hygiene, and they wouldn't punish me for it. They'd punish me for bizarre stuff. Like, I could get in a huge wreck and destroy the car, and they'd be like, oh, it's okay. And then I could not feed the cats mashed potatoes on the floor, and they'd freak out. Or say bad things. Not bad things, they didn't mean that. But they punish, the crime must fit the punishment. It's very Pavlovian, bell rings food, bell rings food, bell rings food. So you structure your life around that. I have no structure, so I don't know what is going to happen next. I have no idea. I treat people equally if they're, I don't, sorry. Everybody discriminates against anyone no matter what. I discriminate against race, creed, sex, color, transgender status, everything. And I don't mean to, but it's a gut reaction. I don't even realize it unless someone does anyway. So, I'm trying to focus more. So, my parents wouldn't punish right. They'd never say no. They'd always give me and my sister the same item so I wouldn't get mad. One year when I was a kid, I said, hers are gooder than mine, so they went out and bought me new presents. One time, Susan wrecked the car over $800, and I said, hey, give me that $800 stereo so we can have the same amount of stuff, which was retarded. One time, my niece told my dad, which is the best guy on the face of the earth, she said, and she was a young kid, if you do not go buy me a green apple, I won't do whatever you say. So my dad, fantastic, went in the car and got a green apple because he's a people pleaser, which I have been. So one of the problems with the punishment not fitting the crime, and the fact that I usually follow lists, and I like documentation and big companies because I can't, I don't know, I can't do deductive thinking. I actually went to a college. I can think if I lay my mind into it, but I took the easy way out because my parents always let me. They always, like, if I got upset at camp, they'd drive 500 miles to come get me, or, wreck my car, they'd get me a new one. So, they'd done it so many times they didn't want to do it anyway. So, I got anything I wanted, which I also didn't ask. Well, I probably asked for some outrageous things, but most of them were the reason. Like a Super Nintendo. So, let's see. They didn't do the Pavlovian thing. It's like intermittent rewards. You never know when you're going to get something good or something bad. It's just like using illegal or legal drugs because they're all the same. Tobacco, whatever it is, all the way from tobacco down to heroin, it's all the same. It's all making you feel different. I call it filling yourself with otherness, because you're not trying to feel high. You're doing it because you want to feel different. I did it because, well, that's another story. Okay. So, I got everything I wanted. I had to have a list to do stuff, and I got extended time on tests because my mom would get anything she wanted, and if she threw a temper tantrum, she got rewarded for bad behavior a lot too. Case in point, at Disney World, they let my niece, which was young, little kid, play with the electric scooter, and they wouldn't say no. And they raised so much Cain, they made a happiest workers on earth at Disney World so angry that they got the manager out. They got tickets. So basically, they got rewarded for breaking the rules. Because, I don't know, because they went to the ends of the earth, which is also an addictive behavior trait, to the bitter end. It's about the obsession. because I get obsessed with lots of different things. So trying to treat one disorder without the other is not going to work, because it's not about drugs. It is about the obsession. Because as soon as I don't do that, I'm obsessed with women or a man or a thing I want. Or I'll, write numbers down and make lists like my mom, and not think for myself and just follow some formula. I can follow formula. I can do that. That's great. Which is how I got through college. By, I don't say bending the rules. It's like a Simpson episode that says, I just cheated on tests by hiding the information in my brain. So, I am intelligent, but I've been able to get away with anything. Yeah. What's the worst I did? I didn't do anything bad because they didn't... That's a really good question. Why I didn't do anything bad? Well, because they'd lecture me the ends of the earth. Me and my sister would be like, can't you just ground us or take our privileges or something? Don't just hang it over our head for the rest of eternity. And it'd be very odd things. So when my mom died, I had a huge amount of problems. I could not dictate things for myself. She had a list for me. One time I went to a dentist and I got really freaked out and started crying and having a panic attack because in my family, just like my mom, throwing a temper tantrum at Disney World, she got what she wanted. So I threw a temper tantrum and I got exactly what I wanted. And I forgot my train of thought because I didn't write this down. But it was important that I get it out while I had it. So I got extra time on tests, and I don't even know if I had ADD, but I just have this, my family's been equated with a cult, and I've been told by my best friend, prostitute, alcoholic, bulimic, love her to death. She said, I love you, Emma. She told me she wouldn't marry me because of my crazy family. Now, they're not crazy mean. I've never been spanked, which is a problem, because I almost run into traffic daily, all the time, and that's another reason I need someone to follow. And I can't do that because I will do whatever the next guy's doing. I'll be like, the odd people on the block today are going to live in the bushes, or they're going to do drugs, or they're going to, I guess I got tattoos, but I always like to, I don't know, because I got tattoos above my elbow, right? So I can hide it if I want to, so it could be one way or the other. Anytime I picked it throughout my entire childhood, I chose a different look every year. And I'm not really sure when I did that. It could have been short hair, long hair. Preppy, goth, punk, what else did I do? Alternative, maybe? I don't know. But it wasn't just that. I mean, it was like going towards the masculine side or the feminine side, which I'm kind of in the middle. Maybe, I can't decide anything because I wasn't taught how to make decisions. I never did. Even when I was an adult, my parents didn't let me take my credit cards back from them to pay for them, which they ran in the first place, which I don't blame them for doing. No worries with me. But my mom is a financial wizard. But she took care of all of us. That was her whole life. And she made a little list, and she did a little thing, and that's the way I got through college, by making a little list and not having deductive thinking and going to the college where I can get away with, I don't know, I need very specific instructions. I would have a bush that my mom would be getting me to cut, and she would make sure I cut it to the centimeter. So now I follow people around. I've always had a handler, best friends, wives, girlfriends, and I get obsessed with people, and I get obsessed with substances, and I've gotten obsessed with hiking before. I've gotten obsessed with numbers before. So one issue is with the next. They always say don't do the 13th step, which is basically getting involved in a relationship before you're done with working on you. So, because you're just filling it with other things. But the problem is that they don't identify the underlying thing. I gotta start over.